Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Claire and I'm going to be giving us a reading for this week of the 4th of March 2024. As usual, I'm going to speak about a word that is coming in for me, and then I am going to pick a card of support that is going to support that word for this week and this week's energy for us. So the word that I'm getting for this week is miracle, miracle. And I have the Oxford Dictionary in front of me, and I'm just going to read the explanation or the definition of the word miracle. Extraordinary event attributed to some supernatural agency, or a remarkable occurrence, or remarkable specimen. Miraculous meaning the nature of a miracle, supernatural, remarkable, surprising. So let's just feel into those words for a few moments. Miracle, miraculous, supernatural, remarkable, occurrence, surprising. And the image that I get with that is like a golden sphere of light kind of moving forward really fast through what feels like a tunnel, like moving really fast, a golden light ball. And the curiosity with that, the question with that is, are you somebody who sees the mundane in the sacred, or do you see the sacred in the mundane? Because the sacred is available for us all the time in every breath that we take throughout our day. And within the sacred is the miracle, and within the miracle is the sacred. So it's not that some people are the ones that can receive all the miracles. We can all receive them. We all have exactly the same potential to see them and to experience them, but it depends on whether we are open to them, whether we are inviting them in, whether we are looking out for them, and whether we choose to allow them to show themselves to us in our life. So I also feel strongly that it's important that we speak about this now, because many of us are losing touch with the sacred. We're losing touch with the sense of magic, the sense of mystery, the sense of that outside of this time-space reality that causes us to realize that we're not alone as well. That causes us to realize that we're being 100% supported all the time. That causes us to realize that there is a spiritual force around us that is always around us. But I think what's happening is, because of the state of the world and the state of the collective at the moment, we're becoming very physically based. We're becoming very physically focused, very much focused on this world, on what's going on in this world, of what's going on with me here now, what's going on with that person, what's going on with this job, what's going on with this career, it's all about this kind of physical focus that we find ourselves in. It's almost like we are trapped, I'm feeling now, like we're trapped in some kind of vortex of this spiritual environment that we find ourselves in. This physical environment that we find ourselves in now. It's not that it's a problem being in this physical world and being in this physical environment, because of course we are here at this time, and we are here to experience what it's like to be in a physical body, experiencing physical life themes. But don't let that take you away from the spiritual life themes, from the sacred, from the miraculous, okay, from the divine, from that connection to all spiritual forces. And so ways to look out for that. I'll give you a few examples of things that have happened to me. So back in 2020, we were in lockdown. We weren't even allowed to go outside for a walk here in Cape Town. And then one day they announced that actually we were now allowed to walk between 7 and 8 a.m. in the morning. So the first day that we were allowed out, I went on a morning walk, and it was on the main road at 7 a.m. in the morning. And I've been going through a lot of changes and transformation and feeling into various changes that I wanted to make in my life as I was reviewing where I was at and where I wanted to go. So as I went on this walk alone on that morning, on the path, on the main road, was a snake skin. And snake skin for me means, or a snake for me, the symbol of a snake means a shedding of the old and transformation and rebirth. And it's one of the symbols of the divine feminine, the rising of the divine feminine and the Kundalini. And that for me was just such a miraculous moment of confirmation from the animal spirits, from the spiritual world, showing me in a symbol that I was on the right track. Now, somebody else might have been walking along that same path, seen this, not kind of really felt into what that symbol could mean for them. So that's what I mean about the difference between when we see things, what are they telling us? What is this seemingly mundane thing? Is there something sacred in that? And what can we receive from that? Okay, so a couple of other examples of miracles or serendipitous situations, which I'm sure you have as well in your own memory bank. And maybe you can share in the comments below, like any miraculous events that you've experienced, and what did that feel like for you? So other ones that I've experienced have been when I was living in London, and actually I was living in Wimbledon in London, and it was on a main road actually. And it was a busy street, Wimbledon High Street, and I was walking along and I bumped into a woman. We literally walked into each other, and I looked up. It was a tall woman, and it happened to be somebody that I'd been best friends with many, many years before. I hadn't seen her for 10 years, didn't even know that she was living in the UK. And then since then, we have been friends again. We rekindled our friendship. And in fact, it was those days before Facebook. So there was no ways I would have known where she was or how to contact her. And I'm now a godmother to one of her children. So that for me was also like a really serendipitous moment. What causes these events? How do these things happen? We need to believe in something greater than this normal physical world that we're living in. We need to believe that there's this ocean of awareness, there's this spiritual force that's always guiding us, always a spiritual force guiding us. But many of us choose not to see it, or we choose to not believe it, or we are pessimistic and no, that's not, that's for children. We often say, the children are the ones that are there to experience the magic. But what about the adults? What about the adults? Where's the magic in our world for us? Where are the miracles in the world for us? Any other examples I want to share with you? I think that's enough for now, and just kind of feeling into any for yourself, and do you experience them currently? And if not, maybe ask yourself why. What are you bogged down by? What are you not looking out for? And you probably, when you feel back and you look back even just a few days, you can see that there were miracles there for you. Maybe you really desperately needed a smile and you were feeling so down and somebody just smiled at you. That's a miracle. How did that person know to smile at you? It's part of this whole spiritual force, I feel, that is moving around us all the time, bringing in support, bringing in guidance for us. Something else, actually, I just want to share as well. I have been sitting with a serious query for myself over the past few days, and I'm wanting an answer to something. And rather than booking a session with somebody or trying to work it out, I thought, I'm going to send the query up into the universe, and I'm going to ask them to bring me signs and symbols over the next few days that are going to be the answer to this question. And I've received so many answers to this question through vehicles that I could never have imagined the answer was going to come through. So, for instance, yesterday, somebody who I know who lives in Scotland, who might actually be watching this, she contacted me to say that she had been doing a meditation, and in the meditation she got the answer, tell Claire that she's doing the right thing. And that was a confirmation for me into a part of my question that I was asking. That's exactly one of the things that I really needed to hear. So, you know, it's really beautiful when we start to play with the miraculous, when we start to trust that the universe is going to bring us the answers, that there are miracles that happen. You know, there are miracles that happen for us all the time. We just got to be open to it. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card for us, and I'm using the Ascended Masters pack. And we see what Ascended Master wants to come through to bring through any information around miracles for us. What do we as a collective need to learn or need to hear right now about miracles, about expecting miracles, about receiving miracles, about how to look out for them? What Ascended Master would like to come through, and what is the message that they would like to bring us, please? Miracles for the collective this week. Miracles. Miracle. As I'm shuffling, I'm also getting the words. I just want to say it before, in case I forget. We mustn't be so serious. Miracles, you know, be lighter. I just get this strong sense. Play more. Definitely play more. We need more lightness, And we go back to that light that I saw at the beginning of the session. Definitely more lightness. I thought a card had flicked out then, but it hadn't. I'm being played with right now. Come on. Why are the cards taking so long to come? One card. One. Here we go. Okay, Buddha. Meditate. Okay. Look at that golden light around the top of the Buddha's head and around his body. So you know what this means for me in light of this word, miracle? It could mean many things, of course, but what's coming to me is we have to find the space for that. You know, when we meditate, what we're doing is we're dropping into spaciousness. We're dropping into an opening. We're not looking for something. We're not seeking anything when we're meditating. What we're doing is we are releasing the constraints to the lower mind, to the mind that thinks that it's in control, to the mind that wants to make the miracles happen in life. You know, I'm just getting an example now. I don't know why I'm getting this example, but I'll just say it anyway. I'm getting an example of I want to make the $50,000 and this is how I'm going to do it. And whilst we need the mind to help us to have a focused intention to what it is that we want, we also need to leave a large part of that up to the sacred, to the spiritual force, to the flow, to this ocean of energy, to bring in that, in this example, $50,000 in a way that perhaps is not the way that you would have thought you would have received it. So I'm going to do X number of hours work and I'm going to receive $50,000. But what I'm getting is that, look at the example I just used about how I got the message through a vehicle of a friend in Scotland that didn't even know that I'd put out this call to the universe. I didn't book a session with somebody to get the answer. So this is what I feel one of the things the Buddha is saying is stop controlling. We don't have control over miracles. We don't have control of how the thing is going to come into us or what it's going to show to us and when it's going to show to us. What we do have control over is letting go of expectations. What we do have control over is allowing ourselves to be open to receive whatever miracle wants to come to us in whatever form it wants to come to us at whatever moment it wants to come to us. So let go of the lower mind. And one way that we can do this is through any type of meditation, any type of separation from that which we continuously think is in control. The mind, the body, none of that is in control. Okay, that's just the vehicle that contains this great spiritual force, which we are. So if we are the spiritual force, and we have the spiritual force in the etheric, in the ethereal around us, then the more we drop into our own spiritual force and we let go of the constraints of the lower mind, the more we are going to be at one with the spiritual force around us. And that's where all the spontaneous, the serendipitous, the magic, the miracles, the mystery exists. It resides there, and it resides in ourselves. So yeah, let's just feel into, is there anything else to say around miracle and around meditation? Anything else around meditation? Again, it's coming through. I'm seeing, actually, like I'm just seeing in my mind's eye the Dalai Lama, and it's coming. The message of joy and childlike joy. Like we're really being called to drop back into that, to play, to joy. It's hard. It is understood that it is very hard to do that. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it. But we've become too serious, and it is understood why we've become serious. It is understood why we've become serious, and I'll mention here that today is the start of the trial for my best friend who was murdered 2 years ago. So I want to say to all those watching here, I understand what it's like to be in this very serious, very hard world that we live in. Okay, we've got wars going on, we've got murders going on, we've got all sorts of things going on in the world. I don't necessarily want to bring that energy into this video, but what I'm wanting to say is that we've all got stuff going on, but we can still find that inner child spark within us, find that joy, find that play, find that ability of ours to wonder and to keep our eyes open. And you know what? If there's a rainbow, then really look at that rainbow. If you see a sunrise, really look at that sunrise. Be grateful, because the more that we do that, the more that this is going to open up for us, and we're going to be able to live a more miraculous life. Okay? So I hope that's been helpful for you. If this video was helpful, then I invite you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or like this video, or comment. It does help for some reason, something to do with algorithms on YouTube or whatever, but it does help for me to continue to provide free content on YouTube. Wishing you all a beautiful week ahead. Look out for the magic and the miracles. Let me know in the comments your experiences, and I look forward to connecting with you all next week. Bye for now.